this is Janessad here representing L'Oreal Professional, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about our products and why you should have them in your salon. One, L'Oreal has a wide portfolio of permanent colors, lighteners, demi-permanents, semi-permanents. There's pretty much a product for everyone, whether that be our color line, our lightener line, or our product line. So like shampoos and conditioners, hair products. But today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our ammonia-free products. So I wanted to use today our Anoa color and our Clay number 7 ammonia-free lightener. So that's a Blonde Studio Clay number 7 ammonia-free lightener. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about our curly-haired clients and why it's important to use these ammonia-free lighteners and colors on our curly-haired clients. One, curly hair, their cuticle is blown open, so it's really important to use products that are gentle on their hair. So today I have my model and I'm gonna spin her around. I've literally done all 3/4 panels of her head, and I really wanted to jump right in for you. So I'm gonna show you how to balayage a piece and how to low light a piece properly in her hair with our Blonde Studio Clay number 7 ammonia-free lightener and our Anoa ammonia-free permanent color in the shade 562, 20 volume. And I want you guys to all be able to see this and be able to do it quickly. So hopefully you can see this piece. You can put the lights up. I don't know if that's any better. So anyways, we are going to take this piece. This is about a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch wide. And I'm going to be using our L'Oreal planchette. And I'm going to be painting close to around her face, feathered up and down. So this is a classic balayage because I'm painting right up to her face. And I'm using a slight amount of tension and light-handedness when I'm painting. And I'm gonna let this bounce up a little bit so we can see how it looks with the curl. But it looks really beautiful. So we're gonna feather some up. And the great part about Clay number 7 from L'Oreal is that it encapsulates. So this creates a capsule around the hair. So you can actually just drop and go. So there's no lightener under this piece. So essentially I could drop and go, but I'm gonna do the classic balayage style today with you all. And I'm gonna put a cotton underneath. But I just wanted to show you, you can use your product to grab this very end to just saturate those ends. So real quick, I'm gonna take a piece of cotton. You always wanna check underneath your balayage piece to make sure it's nice and clean. We're gonna place the cotton underneath and we're gonna drop, but I'm not even gonna drop all the way, even though we're using Clay number 7 and it's totally fine. I'm taking this old hair out of the way and I'm letting it drop. I'm just kind of placing this hair over. And you can leave Clay number 7 open air, but today I want to put a saran wrap around the top because I am going to be using a low light. So I want to protect this hair from the rest of the hair that I'm going to be taking down for my next section, and I want to be able to have full control today. So I'm going to be putting saran wrap on and I'm going to be using cotton underneath. Even though you don't have to with Clay 7, but I'm doing 2 different types of techniques there. I'm using 2 different colors. So our next section is going to be our low light, and I'm taking big sections. So this is a little bit wider than an inch, and I'm gonna gently press. I don't know if you guys can see, and I'm gonna show you from this side. When you're working with curly hair, you wanna lightly press. You can actually use your tail comb to get rid of any knots in there. So if you're seeing this, I'm kind of just gently wiggling my tail comb through and pushing down. I'm not, using excessive force to get her hair to section. So now I'm gonna take a 1/4 of an inch of a section. I'm gonna do that same thing, and I'm showing you from this angle. I'm pushing down slightly. We see a little bit of knotting in there, and I'm gonna take my tail comb and I'm gonna gently push that down. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my planchette. I have a different colored planchette to represent the low light. So this is my 562 in a Noah. This is actually a carmeline color, so this is meant for girls that want to be red and stay red. It's really great, it doesn't fade off as quickly as other reds. So I just want to show you guys, I'm using a lot of tension. I'm holding my planchette with my hand here, and I have my thumb holding tight, holding the section of hair tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my low light through, and I'm going to feather up just gently, and I'm going to press down. And once I'm sure that it's saturated, I'm going to actually put a little bit of product, I'm going to be able to slide my planchette down, and I can kind of just continue on down with my product, sliding down, saturating my ends. And then, very important, just the same with balayage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cotton, I'm going to make sure that this underneath is nice and safe and clean, and I'm going to place a cotton under. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to move the excess hair, the hair that I didn't color, I'm going to move it out of the way. I'm going to drop this color down onto my saran. That's why I wanted to use saran today, because it makes my sectioning nice, neat, clean. I know where I can place my colored pieces, and I always take this hair and I move it to a safe area away from any colored hair. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to place a saran over the top of this low light, and then just for fun, I'm going to show you guys what I would do around the front of the face as my final finale. I'm going to take my client's hairline, I'm going to take a little section out of here, and I'm going to balayage this front piece. So I ended up changing my direction. I took a diagonal back section. It is slightly diagonal around her face, and what I want to do is I want to make this pop. So as we can see, this is her face, and I want to make this pop. So I'm going to paint high down to low here. And this is with the Clay 7. I love it. We're gonna paint high, feathered up nice to the top. And then we're just gonna kind of feather it over. Feather it over a little. Just use that residual color. See how I'm doing a sweeping motion? It makes it nice and soft. That residual color. And I want it to be a little brighter, so I'm gonna make sure it's nice and saturated around there. Nice and saturated around her face. Surface painting only. And then I'm gonna feather. She's gonna be beautiful around the face. But I wanna make sure that those ends are getting saturated as well. So it's very important to keep surface painting, keep painting, you're not done yet. So that looks a lot better than when I started nice and surface painted. And I'm gonna load my planchette, and we're gonna use this, and we're gonna grab the very ends, and we're gonna saturate those ends. Now, something I like to do with my clients, because this is in her face, we do not want this in her face. We're gonna take a cotton, we're gonna place it right at her hairline, and then we are gonna use our saran as glue. So I wanna show you guys this. I'm gonna show it from this perspective. This is my client, this is her face, there is saran protecting her skin, and I'm going to use, there's cotton protecting her skin, and I'm gonna use my saran to my advantage. I'm gonna use it as the glue that keeps that out of her face. Boom. That's gorgeous. Out of her face. That is my biggest tip to you. I like to use diagonal backs. I like to use the saran wrap to my advantage. I like to make it work for me. I like to, keep my client feeling safe and, able to read the magazine. But those were my tips and tricks for you today regarding a Noah color and, a Noah color in the Blonde Studio Clay 7. I think that there is a color line, product line, pretty much anything. There's so much L'Oreal has to offer, and I wanted to say on top of it, their education is unmatched. If you've ever been to their academy, the lessons there are amazing. So if you have L'Oreal Professional in your salon, you know you're gonna be taken care of. You're gonna be taken care of with the products just because they're amazing. We have 3,600 chemists on the clock working day and night to make sure that we have the greatest products. We're the #1 undisputed beauty brand in the entire world, and our education goes unmatched. We have an academy in New York, we have an academy in LA now, and if you've ever taken a L'Oreal class, you know they're amazing. If you haven't, you should take one, because L'Oreal really takes care of you when you have them in your salon. And I know firsthand, I've worked with the product for 10 years. I'm super happy with it, and I know you will be too.